Hong Kong is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Follow along as we eat some food, see some nature, and of course, the beautiful history. One of the first things we did was we visited Victoria Peak. Victoria Peak has one of the most beautiful views of Hong Kong, and you can take this streetcar up and down. You can also take a taxi, or believe it or not, you can run up it as well. So this is what it's supposed to look like when you get to the top of Victoria Peak, but I will tell you, this is the view we saw when we were up there. Our trip was actually super foggy, so almost the entire time we were in Hong Kong, you saw this much fog all the way around. The next thing we did was we visited a bunch of street markets, which I have to tell you was my favorite part of Hong Kong. Not only can you go shopping in the markets, but also they have some of the best food you're going to try the entire time you're there. Lots of street food places to eat, and lots of different restaurants there as well. It's a great place to see the culture of Hong Kong. Also, while we were there, they were filming a movie. I still don't know what movie it was, but it was all very exciting. We also went and saw the giant Buddha. This Buddha is actually not that old. However, it is such a sight to see. There were a bunch of stairs to get up there, just so you know, so make sure that you are prepared for that because that's the only way to get up there. And then once you're up there, you see how massive it is, and there are going to be a bunch of people there no matter what time of year, so just be prepared for that as well. You can walk all the way around it though and see some of the beautiful scenery of Hong Kong. Like I said, it was pretty foggy while we were there, but it was completely worth it. The giant Buddha was actually started in 1990 and was finished in 1993 and dedicated shortly after that. He actually faces north, which is unique among the giant Buddha statues. All other ones face south. Once you get down from the giant Buddha, there's a bunch of temples you can see as well. Also, one of the things about just China in general is that lots of Chinese people want to take pictures with you if you're an American, and so we saw that a bunch. My 10-year-old niece saw that a lot more than the rest of us because she's blonde.
我也想跟你们合。等一下，我把它进来。
To get to the giant Buddha, there's a couple ways to get there, but the most fun way is taking the Skyway here. You can actually find a car that has a glass bottom so you can watch it all the way across, and you follow along the waterways and the roads, and it's just a cool experience to get there. We did try to go there a different day, but because there was lightning in the area, they actually shut down this tram system. So just know that if there is a bunch of weather, that's going to happen. When you get done with the giant Buddha, they know exactly what they're doing. They're going to walk you through a bunch of shops, a bunch of shopping, and restaurants as well. If you just want to leave, it's going to take you a little while because you have to get through all of this stuff because they definitely want you to spend money when you're visiting the giant Buddha.
How do you know?
We wanted to go visit some of the beautiful waterfalls of Hong Kong. Unfortunately, the waterfall we chose was really far. I believe we took 2 buses and then another shuttle as well. It took us a couple hours to get out to just the beginning of the hike for the waterfall. You can see we were pretty much out in the middle of nature by the time we got there. Our walk down the hill, down the hiking trail, was about 2 miles. When we got down to the bottom, we saw this beautiful beach, which again, very foggy. The weather was not great, but it was warm enough where the kids got in the water. But then it was about another mile to get to the waterfall, and there was only 1 shuttle back to town, and we really had to get up to catch it because we didn't want to be stuck out in the middle of nowhere. So we ended up not getting to the waterfall, but the beach was beautiful. So another thing I wanted to do was try some hot pot. This was not exactly hot pot. I think I looked up the restaurant wrong, but it was still pretty cool. There was, you could choose different kinds of seafood, you can choose different foods, and they cook it right in front of you, and it was delicious.
Eventually. Lobster flavored beef.
So our last night there, one thing that I had neglected to do the entire time I was there was to walk down to the waterfront and to see the beautiful city of Hong Kong. Hong Kong has 2 different parts. Kowloon is the part that's on the mainland, and then the island of Hong Kong itself. However, they are both considered Hong Kong. Definitely make sure you check out that waterfront because it is beautiful. Whether it's foggy or not, it is just an amazingly beautiful city and such a sight to see.